Welcome to the Wolf of the West YouTube channel. Today I'll be doing a breakdown of The Wolf of Wall Street. I finally watched this iconic film and I'm hyped to speak about it. Hope everyone enjoys it and let's get straight into it. Money makes the world go round. I always hear that money is the devil and money can't buy happiness. An abundance of money comes with plenty of downsides, but I say the pros should definitely outweigh the cons. When we wake up in the morning, our number one goal is to provide for ourselves and people we care about. But imagine waking up without the pressure or responsibility to put food on the table. When you have millions of dollars in your bank account, you've already conquered one of the biggest challenges in life. With all these resources, life can get stale pretty quick. But there's one thing that can make any moment of your life more stimulating, and that's drugs. Drugs are dominated by both the low and high class because a lot of people in both of those groups aren't satisfied because they have too much or too little. The movie timeline starts in the late 80s, and at this time, drug usage was at an all-time high. The king of these drugs was cocaine. The Wolf of Wall Street tells the story of Jordan Belfort, a real person who wrote a memoir in 2007 with the same title. Throughout the film, we follow Jordan as he climbs the ranks of being a stockbroker and lives it up once he makes it to the top. This movie is like no other. It's so hard to give it a category. I'd say it's a crime, comedy, and a drama all mixed together. It features an all-star team of DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, and Margot Robbie in her breakout film. The acting performances in the movie were legendary, and you can see the dedication everyone had to their own role. This film is a holy grail of profanity. If you don't learn anything else from this video, I want you to know this. The word fuck was used 569 times. That's almost 3 fucks per minute. This ridiculous amount of profanity set a Guinness World Record for curse words in one movie. The story starts off in New York City with Jordan getting an internship as a stockbroker at LF Rothschild. This was a hectic environment where he spent 6 months learning the game while making pretty low pay. As soon as Jordan passes his internship, Black Monday happens. The biggest stock drop in history. Jordan is released from his job and tries again at a smaller firm in Long Island. Here he learns that he could drive his commission percentage way up and manipulate his clients into making himself a lot of money quickly. Not long after, he starts his own company, Stratton Oakmont, in 1989. He uses a pump and dump scheme where he illegally inflates certain stocks. Things get serious in 1993 when Jordan makes an illegal $22 million in 3 hours after buying the IPO of Steve Madden, who sells women's shoes. To hide his money, he ends up making an illegal bank account in Switzerland, which leads to everyone's downfall. That's enough for the story. Let's break down the main characters. Donnie Azoff is Jordan's right-hand man. He is brought to life by Jonah Hill in another one of his hilarious and dramatic roles. One of the first things we learn about Donnie is that he is married to his first cousin. When Jordan questions Donnie about the relationship, he says he'd rather fuck his own cousin rather than let someone else fuck her because it's a respect thing. Why Jordan would start a business with this guy is beyond me, but I guess they do get along pretty well. Donnie was the one to peer pressure Jordan into smoking crack for the first time, so it's safe to say that he brought our protagonist into the drug addict lifestyle. This scene also lets us know that Donnie has been clearly a drug addict before he met Jordan. He likely taught him everything he needed to know about the lifestyle. Maybe the reason why they never showed us what Donnie's kids look like is because their parents are cousins and at least one of them is a crackhead. Jordan's love life was pretty rough. He met a beautiful woman on a yacht named Naomi. She was with the guy already and Jordan was literally married, but that didn't stop them from having fun together. This isn't new because Jordan faithfully cheats on his wife Teresa, but this time he's convinced that he's actually in love. Teresa catches them together and gets fed up with the cheating. He leaves Teresa for Naomi, and I believe this was a big mistake. Teresa loved him before the money, and that's something you can't just get by throwing your money around. Jordan fell into drug addiction, and it clouded his judgment. Jordan had 2 kids with his new wife Naomi. They argue daily, but she stays with him for the lifestyle, of course. Once Jordan is arrested for money laundering and many other things, Naomi immediately divorces him before even being convicted. She claims to be taking custody of both of the kids. Naomi never loved Jordan, she only loved what he could do for her. Jordan would have been able to see that if he wasn't face down in coke all the time. Mark Hanna played a very small role in the film, but played possibly the biggest role in Jordan's life. When Jordan came to work at Rothschild, he had morals and standards as a person. Mark invited him to dinner and opened his eyes to manipulation and using drugs during work. At first, Jordan rejected these standards because they were ridiculous. But he had a habit of telling his current wife that he would be a millionaire one day. To achieve this goal, he obviously would have to replicate the people in the position that he wanted to be in. As an intern under Mark, he learned how to use charisma and charm to manipulate his clients into investing a ridiculous amount of money. Mark was only in the movie for a few minutes, but he probably is my favorite character because almost everything that happens in a movie can be traced back to him grooming Jordan into a master of finesse just like him. Monsters aren't born, they are created. Mark unlocked the monster inside of Jordan and he became a beast. We have finally made our way back to our protagonist. Jordan Belfort is cast as Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously one of the legends of this generation of entertainment. I have heard that this is his best performance, and I can see why this movie is a frontrunner for that title. The passion and charisma he pours into this role is exceptional. Jordan Belfort is a man of many titles, but he definitely is talented. I love how he started at a big firm and moved his way down to a small one. At his first destination, he picked up skills like manipulation, charisma, and a cutthroat mentality. He then went to the small firm in Long Island and realized that he could jack his commissions rate from 1 all the way to 50%. Jordan used this array of skills to make a killing during the film. Jordan was smart, but one of his biggest mistakes was keeping his best friend Donnie as a second in command. I was surprised because he was more irresponsible than Jordan was, so it's obvious that he was going to be a ticking time bomb. Another mistake was not quitting the business when he was deep under investigation and already filthy rich. He had no reason to stay other than to feed his own ego. I could talk about Jordan's faults all day, but let's shine the light on some of his good moments. It was pretty entertaining seeing him turn his goodbye speech into a motivational speech about him staying in the company getting even bigger. He is already great with his words, but the drugs give him the extra energy to hype everyone up. That was one of the best speeches I've ever seen in a movie, and it made me ready to run through a wall. One of the most intense scenes was Jordan trying to bribe the agent that was investigating him. As a legendary stockbroker, persuasion is at the top of his list of talents. Jordan told the agent that he heard he wanted to be a stockbroker before he worked for the feds. He then told him that he had an internship opening for around $500,000. The agent was on his toes and didn't fall for the bribe. I'm sure he knew the type of methods a stockbroker would use on him. The scene then turns hilariously passive-aggressive as Jordan pulls back his offer so he doesn't get in trouble. The Wolf of Wall Street is a modern-day classic, and it's a movie I'll never forget. The film is mostly just a lot of rich people partying and goofing off, so it's hard to criticize it. The subject matter is a perfect mix of drama and comedy. It pulls every type of emotion out of its viewers. This has to be a 10 out of 10 for me. No criticisms. It was a bit long at 3 hours, but none of the scenes felt useless, and I enjoyed it throughout. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen, so I had to review it. So I hope everyone enjoyed. All likes and comments are appreciated, and they help my channel grow. Thanks for staying and have a blessed day.